Ah, shit. Get your tea and your popcorn because we have hit yet another psychological jackpot. Ever since things have been going on with Trump and other countries being taxed, now SNL is actually making fun of unambiguous women being bald headed. Let's take a look.
Just days into his second term, Trump began to sign executive orders enacting tariffs on imports, leaving consumers and businesses vulnerable. Here to comment is Giselle, a concerned businesswoman.
Black women, if you are watching this and you are a Black woman, it is time to act and buy all the hair and extensions you need before those tariffs kick in. We not getting no more Malaysian hair, no Peruvian hair, Indian or Brazilian. We not even gonna be getting no Irish. We about to be in a pickle, a bald-headed pickle.
So it's not that serious.
Not that serious. You need to be freaking out too, Che. All your bitches about to have a fade.
I mean, can't you just wear your natural hair?
What natural hair, Michael? I am bald under this. My real hair's not even long enough for a bowl cut, Che. They gotta use a plate.
I'm sure it's not that bad, but Giselle, you know, a lot of successful Black women wear their hair natural. I mean, look at Joyanne Reed, Whoopi Goldberg, Wanda Sykes.
I work in corporate America, Che, and I'm not gay. And wow, you really pulled some names out your ass. Is that who you want to lay with? Is that who you trying to smash, Che?
Okay, so I'm in the middle of editing this and I had to pause it right here because I just realized she said, is that who you want to lay with and who you want to smash? So she's actually bringing light to the fact that a lot of Black women who are wearing extensions are doing it for the male gaze so that they can be perceived as more sexy because they view this hair as looking sexier.
I am not answering that.
Yeah. If I had known Trump was going to do this, I would have never voted for him.
You voted for Trump?
Yeah. And now he's about to have me at work looking like Chocolate Caillou in a Prada suit. I know this is not the case for all Black women, but I swear to God, when my hair ain't done, I look just like you, Che.
Whoa.
Hey, twin.
Stop calling me twin.
You know, the other day, I had to make a late night run to Dwayne Reed without my wig. Why the cashier thought I was Dwayne?
There's so many other things you can be concerned with right now, Giselle. I mean, hair is just not that important.
Really? So you'd be with me if I didn't have hair?
Giselle, everybody.
See?
Imagine having bundles, wigs, and weave being so ingrained into your culture to the point where even your own fellow unambiguous Black women and men are making fun of you being a bald-headed scallywag underneath the wigs. And did you guys notice how he made the examples for natural hair? He said Whoopi Goldberg and Wanda Sykes. And notice how she said, oh, I'm not gay. So she's implying that if you wear your hair natural, that you would look gay. So I just find it interesting that whenever people are joking, sometimes how they really feel comes out. Because I know a lot of the Exoticals who wear their hair natural, you guys have talked about how Black women are the main ones that talk shit about your natural type 4 hair. They're the main ones that call it out, or that try to bash you for not having silky hair. Or even if you relax your natural hair, they will bash you for using a relaxer. Even though your hair is still real and growing out of your scalp, they'll bash you for wearing hair highlights in your natural hair. But then at the same time, you'll have people getting mad if you start making fun of them wearing wigs. Let's look at some of these comments. This person says, what's hilarious is this was actually a conversation on Twitter. Yeah, I've heard some content creators talking about how you should stock up on your wigs and weaves because they're going to become expensive. This person says, as a Black woman who wears her hair natural, this wasn't funny at all. This was just disgusting. I'm disappointed in those involved. Just making Black women out to be the butt of a stereotypical joke, calling us bald-headed. They are not laughing with us. They are laughing at us. I am appalled at this shucking and jiving. So who's laughing at you? Because the two actors are two unambiguous people. What do you mean they? You know how they say like, they're not like us? You know, this kind of reminds me of that rhetoric. She's like, they're not laughing with us. They are laughing at us. So who's they? Is it these Black people? Because they didn't have to do this skit. They're the ones who volunteered to do this skit. They could have said no. This person says, I'm very proud that a lot of my sisters saw through this thinly veiled racist insult and called it out. So it's racist to make fun of women who wear wigs and weaves, but it's not racist to make fun of light-skinned Black women who wear their hair natural, or who dye their natural hair, or who relax their natural hair. So do you see the hypocrisy? So basically, you can make fun of everybody else except for unambiguous Black women, no matter what they're doing to their hair. This person says, Black women, we are beautiful. Our hair is gorgeous. We deserve love and protection, and we are strong, which is the only way we have endured this pernicious racism all of these years. I love us all. So she's saying that we're beautiful. Our hair is gorgeous. Okay, so then why do you call out women like Doja Cat, who's biracial with 4C hair? Why did you not say that her hair was gorgeous? Why is it that your internalized texturism comes out against MLS women, but then when people are dishing it out to you, suddenly you can't take it? So do you see this constant culture of dishing it out, but you can't take the same energy? I've seen so many unambiguous people roasting anyone and everyone, but as soon as they are being roasted, now suddenly you're racist. This person says, I hate that she's calling Black women bald-headed and weave-wearing. We are not a monolith. So when did she say that all Black women are bald-headed and weave-wearing? She didn't even say either of those phrases on the skit. This girl says, most of us have a lot of hair under the weave. She is giving the idea we are bald. Not true. We have so much hair, it's ridiculous. But the weather, okay, but why do you cover your hair depending on the weather? The same things that you guys try to call MLS women out for, I'm calling you out for the same thing. Why is it that you don't want the humidity to touch your hair? Oh, it's because it becomes puffy, more like an afro. It's because it becomes more frizzy. It becomes less silky. This person says, wow, they went further to say Black women look like men because we're really bald under the wigs. Use the 2 out of 4 Black people on SNL to deliver this skit as well. Well, you guys do look like your unambiguous counterparts, just like how blonde women resemble blonde men. Latino women resemble Latino men in terms of features. So it's like, why is it that it's okay to say that MLS people look like siblings? You can say that 2 light-skinned people look like siblings or brother and sister, but then when people say that you guys look alike, suddenly you catch how it's offensive, right? When people think that you guys look alike, you feel masculinized. And also this highlights their insecurity about feeling masculine in their natural state. Do you guys remember that Chrissy video where she was talking about how Lashana Lynch in that movie was masculine because Lashana Lynch had her short natural hair and was wearing pants? Wearing pants or having a small afro, that doesn't inherently make someone masculine, but they're actually exposing their internalized inferiority complexes, and they're exposing the fact that they view silky hair, they view long curly hair as more feminine, or curly hair in general, they view it as feminine. This person says, not liking this direction, and if you got to go that far for a laugh, and honestly, I did not laugh with my full head of shoulder length natural hair, so why did you have to call out that you have a shoulder length head of natural hair? I thought that somebody just said a couple comments ago that most Black women have a lot of hair underneath their wigs. Shoulder length, that's not that long. So why do you even feel the need to call that out? That's just basic, right? Shoulder length. Every unambiguous Black woman has long hair underneath their wigs, according to a comment that we just read a couple seconds ago. So which one is it? Why do you have to prove in the comment section the length of your natural hair as a Black woman? Why do you have to prove that? And then you've got more people saying this was disturbing. Was this supposed to be funny? So my question for the women who are upset is, why is this not funny to you? Are you admitting that Black women do in fact have insecurities about their natural hair under their wigs? And that is why you don't want to be made fun of? Because the only reason something would not be funny to you is if you actually have some sort of trauma in relation to your natural hair. So are you admitting that texturism exists and that you are at the quote unquote bottom of the hair texture scale? Are you admitting that women with looser hair textures do in fact have privileges that you don't have? Which one is it? Because you guys come into our comment sections all the time saying that nobody cares and that our hair looks like ramen noodles or that our hair looks stringy and we have struggle follicles if our hair is curly. And now you guys are saying, oh, it's not funny to make fun of this. Okay, so you're admitting that you do actually have insecurities then about your natural hair and being bald underneath the wigs. This person says, this was really weird. If she's bald, she can say that. But some of us know how to take care of our hair and don't wear wigs. Well, that is what she said in the skit. She actually did say that she was bald. She didn't say all of us Black women are bald or all dark-skinned Black women are bald. She didn't say that. She actually didn't speak for all Black women in the skit. She was only talking about herself. This person says, I like ego, but this was bad. Black women do not need wigs and extensions to look nice or exist in corporate America. Heavy sigh. Can't find the humor in this when there is already so much ignorance and self-hate or hatred towards our hair. Which one is it? Is it that you can wear your natural hair and look nice and exist in corporate America? Or are a lot of you guys self-hating, or you hate your hair? She's literally contradicting herself within 2 sentences. The first sentence is her saying that, you can wear your hair natural and still look beautiful and feel confident. Then 1 sentence later, she says that there is so much hatred towards our hair. Also, I thought you guys just said a couple videos ago that Black people have all hair textures. So what do you mean our hair? You guys just dragged that biracial guy with the type 4 hair. You guys dragged him for saying he has black hair. And you guys said that's not black hair. Black people have all hair textures. So what is this sentence right here where you're saying, oh, there's so much hate towards our hair? What is our hair? What is black hair? What's the definition of black hair according to you guys? What is your standard for black hair? So are you admitting that you do in fact view type 4 hair as quote unquote black hair, and that is the standard of black hair? Because if so, why were you coming for that biracial dude for using the same terminology? So do you see how they're constantly moving the goalposts? They're picking and choosing when to be offended or who to be offended by. They can make fun of you. They can make fun of anybody who they perceive as more privileged. So this could be light-skinned people. It could be biracial people with type 4 hair. It could be anybody. But then when you're giving the same energy, even if it's coming from fellow unambiguous dark-skinned people, they don't like it. This person says, I need an apology video from SNL. So now they're demanding that SNL comes out and apologizes to them. Have you ever noticed the entitlement where it's like, okay, you owe me an apology because I didn't like your skit? And it's like, nobody told you to click on this. Nobody told you to watch this. I haven't watched SNL in probably 15 years. I didn't even know that SNL was still on the air. This person says, this feels like minstrelling. Look at me, black and bald. Laugh at how ugly and black I am. Ugh, how disgusting. So when did the lady in the show, when did she say that she was ugly and black? Do you hear the projection coming out of some of these people in the comments section? They're actually exposing what they think of Black women in their natural state, especially dark-skinned Black women. They're exposing it, that they view it as black and ugly. That's why they're commenting this. Nobody in the skit ever said, you're black and ugly. This person says the sad part is she wasn't even funny. Majority of Black women with wigs have long hair underneath. Who approved such a distasteful skit? Okay, so now this person is saying the majority of Black women have long hair. So then why did somebody a couple comments ago try to prove that they had shoulder length natural hair? Which one is it? Do most Black women have long 4C hair, or do a lot of them have alopecia and struggle with their edges being ripped off under the lace fronts? This person says the sad part is that many Black women actually feel inferior without wigs or weaves. Many Black women only feel beautiful if they're wearing a wig or a weave. Many of us are fighting for our community to embrace their God-given hair, yet many of us still promote the self-hatred while everyone still laughs at us. What a shame that this got approved. So this girl is admitting that a lot of Black women feel inferior without the wigs or weaves. So that would explain why a lot of them make fun of Exoticals who wear wigs and weaves. Because they want you to feel shame, because they feel inferior. So they want you to feel like you are inferior to people who have longer and looser hair textures than you. But once again, of course, you can't keep the same energy with them. This person says, texturism rhetoric on national TV is crazy. Sad that there are actually people like Giselle in real life with self-hate. So could it be possible that these people are making fun of the self-hate to kind of draw attention to it? And then this girl says, this is texturism rhetoric. So what is your definition of texturism? Is it promoting silkier hair textures? Is it making fun of people being bald? Is that texturous? Is making fun of 4C hair textures? Because I've noticed a pattern where a lot of them are constantly moving the goalposts for what's texturous and what's not. Was it texturous when you guys made fun of Doja Cat, saying that she was going to have no edges underneath all the wigs that she wears? Was that texturous? Or is it only texturous when unambiguous dark-skinned people are the butt of the joke? This person says, I hated this. It's not funny at all. Us Black women can grow our hair to our knees, but a lot are misinformed, lazy, and uneducated. Wait a minute. So within the second sentence, you're already dissing Black people. You literally said Black people can grow their hair. Oh, but a lot of Black people are misinformed, lazy, and uneducated. Do you hear the internalized self-hatred coming out there? She said, sketches like these make it seem like majority of Black women are bald. Some Black women have hair longer than their wigs and weaves underneath. I hate that they use the one black woman cast member to spew propaganda. This should have been left in the drafts and threw in the trash. Ego, this is not the first time the show has made you participate in self depreciating, racist jokes. I know the money is good, but not all money is good money. So now they're saying black people, like, you can't make comedy about black people. So then why are you guys watching Cat Williams? Why do you watch Dave Chappelle? Why do you watch Monique? So which one is it? What's the standard for comedy? Can black people make comedic skits about black people, or only white people can do that? Or is it that black comedy shouldn't exist at all? Are you saying that black comedians, that they can't have jobs now, or what? Or that people within the black culture can't make jokes within the black culture? Which one is it? So once again, do you see how the goalpost is constantly moving? 1 minute you can joke about people in the black community, the next minute you can't. Also, let's talk about internalized texturism. Who taught black women texturism? Who were a lot of black women raised by? They were raised by their black female mothers. And according to their own talking points, they weren't raised by their black fathers. So that would mean that their black mothers taught them this quote unquote self-hate that they're calling it. So where's the smoke for your own black mothers? Where's the smoke for your own black grandmothers or aunties or cousins? Why is there only smoke for SNL? And another pattern I've noticed is that they don't mind the joking, and they kind of agree with a lot of the stuff, but they just don't like when you call it out on a large platform in front of non-black people. So SNL has a large non-black audience. This YouTube channel has a large non-black audience. So that's really what it is. A lot of people are embarrassed because their secrets are getting outside. You know how a lot of black families, they'll say, what happens in this house stays in this house? What happens at the cookout stays at the cookout? So as soon as it starts getting out, that's when they feel exposed and embarrassed. And then they want to come back and pretend like, oh, no, we're not texturist. Everybody has long hair. Everybody grows hair down to their knees in the black community. This girl says, so funny and true. I started wearing natural hair 15 years ago in a work environment with military contractors. I was pulled aside and lectured by older black women because I gave a briefing with an afro. This was 2010. Yeah, a lot of black women, they made fun of Simone Biles for her edges looking quote unquote nappy. A lot of black women are making fun of the Exoticals for their hair looking nappy, or for them having blonde highlights, or maybe their hair is relaxed or something, or they wear clip-ins. So it's like, no matter what you do, other black women actually make fun of black women. And they pressure black women to sleek their edges or to slick them down. They pressure black women to actually wear the wigs because they won't compliment other black women when their hair is natural, or when it's quote unquote relaxed and long or something like that, or dyed, when it has blonde highlights or something. So no matter what, a lot of mixed women or light-skinned black women, they get made fun of and bullied by other black women for wearing their real hair. And now you've got two unambiguous people calling that out, but suddenly you want to act like this doesn't exist? This person says, disgusting gutter skit. To think they wrote this. Multiple people approved, and they rehearsed several times, and not once did it pop into anyone's head that it was unfunny, dated, and offensive. Even the audience was uncomfortable. It looks like a humiliation ritual. So now they're accusing them of being a part of the Illuminati, basically, or essentially being Satanists, like doing Satan's work. So making the same jokes that unambiguous black women make, when you got this unambiguous woman on a stage doing the same jokes, now suddenly, oh, well, this is unfunny and this is offensive. So where was that smoke for the black women that you were raised with? Where is that smoke for all the black women who talk shit about celebrity women and their hair? This person says, these folks love to try and rile up black American women. Stop with your rage bait. The tactic is old and late. Report this video. So now they want to report this and get this video taken down. But I have a question. What do you mean by these folks? Because these are two unambiguous black folks. So what do you mean these folks? Are you saying that they're not black now because, they don't agree with your talking points? Are you taking away their black card? Are they acting white? Are they shucking and jiving? Are they sellouts? Have you ever noticed that if you're a black person that has a different opinion than the majority of black people, suddenly you're a sellout, you're shucking and jiving, you're tap dancing for white people? So what do you mean by these folks? These folks love to try and rile up black American women. Who's these folks? Who are your enemies? Is it these two black people on the screen? So are you admitting that you would like to separate from these black people? Because if so, why are you calling the exotical space divisive? and saying that we are separating people when you're in the comment section right now trying to separate these unambiguous people because they have a different opinion than you or a different sense of humor. This person says, so black women are the only ones who wear wigs? Ego got lazy on this one. Wasn't funny at all. Where in the skit did they say that black people are the only ones who wear wigs? I didn't hear them say that. So do you see the projection there? She's assuming that they think that black women are the only ones who wear wigs. This person says, this was just blatantly offensive and racist. I know that Shay does a running gag of misogynistic jokes, but this was disgusting. Plenty of races wear different hair pieces for various reasons. Alopecia, cancer, color changes, and just because. But black women are viciously ridiculed to no end. So I have a question. Who is viciously ridiculing black women the most? It's usually black women and black men. So it's literally internalized within the black community. Those are the main people that are ridiculing black people the most, is other black people. When's the last time you went to a job and random white people or Mexican people or Asian people start ridiculing you at work for wearing weaves and wigs? No, a lot of people who are not in the black community are not even that knowledgeable about all of the different black hairstyles with extensions and braids and all that. So the main people ridiculing black people are black people. But this girl says, black women are viciously ridiculed to no end. Black women spearhead so many political, social, and human rights causes to help others, even when we don't receive the same help and respect. Please stop dehumanizing black women and girls. Bless everyone. Be kind and do good things. So I find it interesting that she brings up how black women are these social justice warriors. She says that black women are in charge of political, social, and human rights causes to help others when they don't receive the same thing in return. But whose fault is that? For constantly being a mule or the lapdog to other people and to other groups. That sounds more like a personal problem to me. This girl says, wait a minute, I didn't even think about that. Let me order a wig. This person says, this made me feel crappy. You can tell she is not a black American. This joke is so distasteful. Okay, so are you saying that black American women are the main ones made fun of for wearing weaves and wigs? Because I've seen plenty of like Nigerian or African women where they wear a lot of weaves and wigs and people make fun of it. So do you see how they're actually separating and being divisive? So where is that energy for this? Why is there only energy for the exotical space being divisive? What do you ladies think? Let me know in the comment section and I'll talk to you next time. Stay pretty, ladies.